Hey guys, I hope you're all alright. So recently, director of the upcoming Black Widow movie, Cate Shortland, spoke to Empire magazine about the Black Widow movie and the future of the character moving forward. So today I'm going to break down what Cate Shortland said and give a few of my opinions on the matter. So, while speaking to Empire magazine, Cate Shortland, the director of the film, said the following. Kevin Feige realised that the audience would expect an origin story, so, of course, we went in the opposite direction. And we didn't know how great Florence Pugh would be. We knew she would be great, but we didn't know how great. Scarlett is so gracious, like, oh, I'm handing her the baton, so it's going to propel another female storyline. So, overall, Cate Shortland hasn't said an awful lot, but what she has said is really exciting and it ties in with a lot of theories that people have had in the past about the Thunderbolts and the Dark Avengers and things like that. Because obviously, in the comics, Yelena Belova, who is going to become in the new Black Widow, she is a villain mainly. I mean, she might be good at some parts, but she is predominantly a Black Widow villain. So that could be something that we see going forward. She could become a member of the Dark Avengers or the Thunderbolts, or she could become the new Black Widow of the new Avengers team. You never know. And I know they're thinking maybe of introducing the Young Avengers. I could even see her on the Younger Avengers because I know the Young Avengers, obviously, they're meant to be younger, but Yelena Belova, she's not that old, really. I mean, Florence Pugh, she looks quite young in my opinion. So you could even have her as a member of the Young Avengers and elevating that team even further. Um, but yeah, I am really excited about this because I think Florence Pugh is an amazing actress. And I think even the director, Scarlett Johansson, probably all the cast and crew have been shocked at how great of a performer she actually is. I've only seen her in Fighting with My Family and Little Women, and in them two films, she was absolutely phenomenal. So I would really trust her to become this new Black Widow, and it's someone that, like, when it comes to Captain America or Iron Man, I don't really want the mantle to be passed down, but I think that's because they've already got established, like, the people they're passing them down to are already established characters. So, for example, Falcon is now the new Captain America, and I'm not a massive fan of that, but it's because I like Falcon as the Falcon. Like, I think he's great in that role. He's great with them wings and everything like that. I like seeing him as the Falcon and utilizing the equipment he has as the Falcon. Whereas Yelena Belova is a new character, so they can take all the feedback from the audience about what they maybe didn't like about Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, even though I think for the most part everybody loved her. But if there are elements like she's not in enough of the films, for example, or she never got her own trilogy, which is a shame because we know this is obviously Scarlett Johansson's last go as Black Widow, but we could see that with Florence Pugh. So because they've done the Scarlett Johansson Black Widow in the past, they can now take traits that people wanted to see from her and implement that into Yelena Belova's character. And she is a brand new character, so they can just make her what the audiences want to see from her. Um, so I think it's really exciting that Florence Pugh is going to take it over. And I personally, I'm really happy with the fact that there's going to be a new Black Widow because I think you need them Black Widow and Hawkeye type of characters. You know, the ones that don't have the abilities and, you know, they're just grounded heroes. Hawkeye, he has a family, and Black Widow, she's just trained. And her story is definitely one of the most interesting. I spoke about this with my friend Maisie. She definitely has one of the most interesting stories. I mean, being trained from a kid to be like a deadly assassin, that is so interesting. Captain America, yeah, he got the super soldier serum, quite interesting, but I mean, he got turned into what he is. She did, but she went through torture to get turned into what she is. So if we are introduced to Yelena Belova, maybe if she gets a trilogy, we could see it go back into the past for her character and we could see more of the Red Room. And then that opens up doors for Scarlett Johansson to make more appearances in the future if she wants to as well. Shortland also then went on to say, in Endgame, the fans were upset that Natasha did not have a funeral, whereas Scarlett, when I spoke to her about it, said Natasha wouldn't have wanted a funeral. She explained, she's too private and anyway, people don't really know who she is. So, what we did in this film was allow the ending to be the grief that individuals felt, rather than a big public outpouring. I think that's a fitting end for her, Shortland said. I also loved Kate Shortland's comments on Natasha in Endgame and what Scarlett Johansson said about the character, because that was one thing that upset me in Endgame. I was like, why are we giving Tony such a nice ceremony, send off, and Natasha got nothing except Hawkeye talking to Wanda about how he wished she still could have been there. But now that I've heard what Kate Shortland and Scarlett Johansson have said about it, it does make sense because Black Widow isn't well known. She doesn't like loads of attention. She wouldn't have wanted this big funeral and things like that. And I have always thought, because Kevin Feige in the past has said this film is going to make her sacrifice more heartbreaking. So I do think this film, even though it's a prequel, it is going to set us up and make us feel like it's more emotional. Because to me, the most emotional scene about Tony's death in Endgame is his funeral scene. Like when he dies, it's sad, but it's when you see the funeral and it's when you see everybody grieving. In most cases, it is like that. Like in Age of Ultron, I thought it was really sad when Quicksilver died, but I thought it was really sad when you cut back to Scarlet Witch and she's breaking down. It's worse when you see other people grieving about it. So I think in this film, we're gonna start to grieve even more after seeing her, because we're going to see how close she is to this other family, and we're probably going to start relating to how they might feel when they find out and all of that stuff. Plus, obviously, with the end credit scenes and Marvel and stuff, it wouldn't surprise me if one of the end credit scenes was Yelena Belova finding out Natasha's dead and then taken on the ropes, or something along them lines. Like that's what I can imagine, or Yelena Belova at least being recruited, something along them lines. But overall, I'm really happy with what director Cate Shortland and obviously Scarlett Johansson said, and it's just made me even more excited for this movie. I was already really excited, but now after hearing about how great Florence Pugh's performance is and how it can lead into more films in the future, it's just got me even more hyped. I'm so ready for it. Oh, I'm so ready. Right, just before I leave this one off, so this is obviously a new thing that I'm trying to get on camera a bit more, just talking, and saves me a bit on the editing time and everything like that. And obviously you have to be a bit cautious of copyright. I've been through a bit of that and it's really annoying. I'm not gonna lie, when you spend like 6 hours editing, upload it, and then it's like, nah, it's copyright, and you're like, okay. So at least if I'm on the camera, they can't really copyright me because I own myself. But yeah, can you let me know like if you like this format a bit better, if you like me chatting to the camera? I mean, I'm probably a bit shit today because it's my first go, so I'm kind of like stop and start and everything like that. But it'd be quite helpful to know, do you prefer this or the other style? Because I'm kind of happy to do whatever. Obviously I can get more videos out this way because it takes a little less time. But just let me know down in the comments below. Also, like always, subscribe to my channel for more Marvel content like this. And yeah, I would really appreciate that. Also, my Instagram page is in the link below because I do daily watch list and daily reviews of Marvel films on there. So thanks again for joining me today, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later, guys.